Hello. Right. This is a Massey Ferguson 135. Oh, Massey Ferguson 25 here. Never heard of them. But here it is. Here's a 35 here. England flag on it. Apparently we had a good result last night. I don't know because I had to go to bed early. And there looks to be another Ferguson. I think a 35. This is an Oliver HG, I saw one of those earlier. A bit weird that. Very useful though. Here's a Field Marshal. And it's a diesel, so it's the seriously interesting diesel engine here. There's a Fordson Major in blue over there, but what the heck is this? I don't know what the heck this is. Oh, wait a minute, it's German, it says Kramer. And no, I can't read the label on it because it's written in another language. And I'm rubbish at languages. But if we make our way over here, we see another Massey Ferguson 35X in red. It's red and silver is their normal sort of colour. I don't know, I don't know what I like more. There's a 35X again. Next to that's a 65. And next to that is an absolute monster of a tractor known as a Massey Ferguson 1150. They must have used these in like America or Australia where the fields are like the size of Kent, I suppose. Well, what size are fields in Australia? Or like America? Must be the size of whole counties, I should think, over here. But this was an export job. But if we have a look here, it looks like a Perkins diesel V8. Look at that. You could go tractor pulling with that. I bet someone has. It's from 1972. Let's have a look. Doesn't say where it got sent to, but it would have been. You wouldn't have had a tractor like this in Britain, unless you had, because no one had really big fields back then. Vintage tractor weekend. Fifth and I think my diary's filling up again. Here's a Massey Ferguson 178. If we go back up through the tractors, I'd like to give a shout out to the Friends of Ferguson Heritage. Sort of wonder if they still make tractors today, you know. I'm going to go over to the working area now. Oh, wait a minute, I've missed one out. Because if we go over here, we see a John Deere. I don't know which I think are the more cool sort of tractors. If you see in the background, there's Parham House behind the medical centre and the John Deere. I want to visit that house one day. That looks really nice over there. But look at the countryside around here. This is lovely around here. I don't know why. And I don't see the difference between West Sussex and East Sussex. It's just all one big Sussex, really, to me. Look at the countryside. It's like the only difference between that and normal is the fact it's a bit parched at the moment. We haven't had much rain lately. But back to the John Deere. It's a DER 970. I don't know. Who makes the coolest tractors in the world? John Deere, Massey Ferguson or Fordson? when they were around. I just think John Deere are probably the only ones still around. If we see over here, we see a Garvey vegetable, well, oh wait a minute, Cobham, Surrey. Oh wait a minute, vegetable seed growers, Cobham, Surrey. I've been to Cobham services, quite pleasant there. So that's where I found the problem with the cooling system, which I had to fix when I got home. So this is a Garvey, I think it's a threshing machine of some kind. If we take a look over here, we see what's actually powering it. Looks like a Lister D. Listers are quite, the Lister D was quite a squarish machine. Right, I'm just going to move my way round. I'm just going to have a look along here now. Here's a saw bench, and what would be powering it? It looks like a John Fowler road locomotive. Next to that there's some sort of steam crane next to it, but I can't really get a good view of it, unfortunately. But it's called Hooky, which is kind of appropriate seeing as it's got a hook on the end and a crane. Oh look, there's a Foden. There goes a Foden steam road locomotive there. You find steam engines do run about around here, because well, you got to show them off. You put all that work into restoring it, and it is considerable work, particularly the boiler. The boiler has to be checked every 10 years, and it's very, very strict. The rules on steam engines are extremely strict. Yeah, there's Hooky. Don't know what he's at, if he's going to be moving this or not. I'm not going to be expecting him to do anything. I might just pop back later. If I move along a bit. Oh, wait a minute. Let's have a look. A bit more of a clue. There's a county council. Yeah, I'm not sure. If I move round here. Here's another saw bench, and this saw bench looks to be powered by a Fordson Major. Look, it's that Sentinel DG6 again. There's actually a DG6 that goes round, I think, and this one's in the livery of Hatfield of Lewis and Haywards Heath. Have a little listen to it. Oh, I've been splashed. Not nice. That would have been par for the course back in the day. There's a Fordson Major there. Must be a Ford tractor over there. Looks to be a kindling making machine there. It's either a kindling making machine or a log making machine.
I bet you're glad you got out of the building, aren't you?
Actually, I might. Looks like a big pile of kindling there. I might actually ask at some point whether any chance of me picking up a couple of bags. But there's a wood sawing machine over there. This is like, these are all like coppicing people. Because back in the day, you'd have a woodland and you coppice it, so you take all the old growth away just to let the new trees come up, and then and just keep the cycle going, really. So 01903. That's Worthing. So let's have a look down here. Look at that. That's the countryside in West Sussex. You know, that's all the same as East Sussex really. It's just this area is called the South Downs. So yeah, so I'm just going to shut down a minute because the next place I'm going to go to is a bit of a walk.